Welcome to Studio One. If you like what you see, like and subscribe and comment. Thanks for coming, guys. I'm Mike from Studio One. We interview artists of diverse genres and backgrounds that we love. Tremayne, thank you for coming on again. For everybody, stay out late. Scotty and Tremayne, could you please introduce yourself and your role?
Yeah, my name's Tremayne. I am artist, manager, event coordinator, all around human being for Stay Out Late.
Scotty IV, or Scotty IV, Scotty Four Eyes. Yeah, artist as well, producer as well for Stay Out Late, and songwriter and like a little bit of creative direction or whatever else I can get my hands into when the time is right. Is
100. Yeah. I think it all from an independent arts collective standpoint, it's just one of those things where we all know that our role it spans beyond just being like just the artist or just the this or just the that. So we all kind of like dabble in and do whatever we can to make this shit pop, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know from our last interview, Tremayne grew up in Brampton, and sports and music were a huge part of his childhood. Scotty, could you go into your roots and your musical journey?
Man, mine's crazy. I would say it's sports as well and music. Not as much sports as Tremayne for sure. But yeah, I played on the high school football team. Did pretty well. But as far as music goes, I've definitely been more of a music guy than a sports guy. I grew up listening to dancehall, actually, probably like until I don't know, like 12, 13, because I got older sisters and older brothers, and that's all they used to listen to. Well, the older sisters used to listen to just strictly dancehall, but it wasn't until like 12 or 13 when I kicked it with my brothers a little bit more that I started really getting into hip hop because they were doing mixtapes, like just taking artist singles off of their album, like the best two tracks, and then putting them all together like on a mixtape in the beginning of the mixtape era. So like even to this day, there's artists that I'm a fan of that I don't know entire albums of. I know like two songs from this year and two songs from this year and two songs from this year, front to back to front, right? But yeah, my older brother was a rapper. He went by the name Nabob. So that's what exposed me to recording for the first time because he had his setup, but it's kind of history from there.
Yeah. So what inspires you guys to create?
Honestly, for me, forever it's been life, really. Like, yeah, I remember because like when I first got into music, it was because of the expression for the most part and being able to kind of just like put all these things, these feelings, these moments that like I couldn't really express otherwise because like I don't know, I wasn't like that like fucking socially out there person or whatnot. Like being able to put that all on a track was like magic to me, and it kind of just never left. And it was also kind of like the thing that allowed me to really understand life and to grow into like adulthood and really kind of like formulate an idea and an identity. So definitely life for me.
For me, kind of the same, but I just inspired by a little bit of everything. Yeah, I guess you would call that life. I like, I'm a word guy in general. Like I always did, even in school, I did good in like English class and like won spelling bees and stuff like that. But I always liked playing with words. And I was a dancer actually before even being a rapper. So maybe the whole being rhythmically inclined and like going to church and being part of the choir and all that stuff just kind of put music in there. And then me wanting to play with words and then being exposed to people who rap just kind of put it together. But I get inspired when I hear good music, probably more than anything else, because I'm such a fan of music. So it inspires me to create when I hear good music. And then yeah, it's also an outlet that I've always used to express feelings, and always something that made me feel real confident in myself because it's something that I knew I was good at. Like everybody has that one thing that they find at some point in life that maybe they could do a little bit better than everybody else they know, or most people. So you take a lot of confidence from that and build a lot of confidence in yourself through doing that. So a little bit of all those things.
Yeah, nice. So
Bro, it's funny.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I remember for the longest time, I thought my future was gonna be in ball still. Like, I remember like, because my family's like a big soccer family, right? And I was always like, I liked soccer. I thought soccer was cool and shit, and like I played it, and we were pretty like good. We traveled the world off of soccer and whatnot. But like when I played ball and like seeing like Allen Iverson and people like that played Latrell Sprewell, I was like, yo, nah, this is me. Like just like the attitude and the swag and like the fact that basketball was the only thing that like when you were like, you'll go practice, I was like, nah, I'm about to go practice for like 3 hours straight to go like just fucking shoot some free throws outside, and like you're all motivated. Even I feel like Nike might have been the reason as well, where like they had those commercials where mans were like pouring rain and you're outside still shooting, whatever the case may be. Like those things really like hit me. So for the longest time, I thought I was gonna be a ball player, but like the thing that was just natural was that always connected, and that kind of like continued to progress for me was music for sure. The second easiest thing for me.
Did you ever, not to interrupt, did you ever dribble with a tennis ball? Like practice dribbling with a tennis ball?
Nah.
Nah? So that's how you know that. Because that's what happens, bro. The two kids you see that are ever see dribbling with the tennis ball, those are the ones that actually end up doing nothing but ball. Like you can't play those kids. It's like a different kind of crazy when you start dribbling with the tennis ball.
Yeah, that's problematic still. I said dribbling with a tennis ball. That is insane. Mr. Charlie Noiir.
Charlie,
Pops, my G. Unmute yourself, doggy. Unmute yourself.
Yo, Scotty.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie. Yeah. So I'm Mike, host of Studio One. Yeah. We're just talking about inspiration. So could you first introduce yourself, what you do for Stay Out Late?
My name is Charlie Noiir, Noiir. You know what I mean? My role in Stay Out Late is, you know what I mean? I keep them energized. You know what I mean? Like if they're like forgetting their place in the world, I just hit them like, yo, bro, come on. You know what it
is. Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
So quick little reminder that, yo, you a saucy you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
What you slurping on, bro?
A lot, bro.
It looks like a concoction.
Yeah, a lot. So,
some stuff. Yeah. So what inspires you to create, man?
What inspires me to create? Life in general, you know what I mean? Like specifically, like you mean like what made me want to start like being a rapper, or you mean like in general, just in life, like what gets me going before I start writing?
I feel like all of that from beginning to end, bro. Like what inspired you to get in?
Well, from the jump, I was just follow Bati. Like my older bro, rest in peace. He had like a poetry book. He started with like all that, you know what I mean? And just, you know, being the younger brother, following my brother around, all this stuff, whatever. I was trying to do everything that he was doing, you know what I mean? So I started getting my little poetry book, whatever. And then I think around in grade 8, I got the Dynasty album for like a Christmas present or whatever. And that's like the Jay-Z compilation, like the rock like compilation album. You know what I mean? That after that, can we swear or like it might be in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right, after that,
let
like,
it off.
Shit just started flying for me still. You know what I mean? Like I really started wanting to kind of get into it. But at the time, I was like real heavy in the church, and I'm still a Christian nigga, you know what I'm saying? But like at that point in time, I was like a real church boy still, you know? So like me, my brother, 2 of my cousins, and my little sister started like a Christian hip hop group.
I'm
what I'm saying?
crying.
Wow.
Called Red Wolf. Still, there's some tracks floating around if certain people want to do the digging still, but I'm not gonna give it to you. You hear what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm
But-
on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it already.
Red Wolves, bro. Red Wolves.
Still. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
like that's where it like really started. You know what I'm saying? Like super gospel rap still. But then the man them started robbing people and stuff. So it's like, you know, like we had to
What did I miss?
they don't want to be
Bro,
a hypocrite.
the pivot is killing me. The man's like, yo, we started a hip hop gospel group, and then we started robbing people.
I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say we me specifically. You know,
No fingerprints.
and then
no
you know, I'm
fingerprints.
not a hypocrite nigga still, so I couldn't be like on stage telling people not to do this, that, and on the side doing what
That,
listeners. You know what I mean?
That this. Yo, also, I
Right.
want to go back to a terminology that I feel like every man has to know what you mean. Originally, the man said "falabati," and like that is a Caribbean terminology that's
true.
usually used for like younger brothers, younger youths, or just like the one that's like a less alpha in the pack, and they're kind of just like the person who kind of just like all catch up in somebody's behind.
Yeah.
I don't know if the explanation made it better or made it worse.
I like. Basically, I'm a little bro still. The nigga, you can call me a shadow. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I was always doing what he was doing stuff. But as for now, like what inspires me, man, like honestly, just the game, like really and truly. Like I see like other artists doing their thing, whatever, and that honestly like excites me. Like I hear a crazy verse, I'm like, boom, I want to go. You know what I mean? Write something even better, like show my skills, steel sharp steel. Like you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's the beginnings and that's right now. Sorry, bro. Like I jumped on the call saucier than I had intended to. So you know what I mean?
I heard it from when the man that hailed you up. I was like, oh, this guy, he's either into something or he's into something.
Yeah.
I came in at the weirdest time.
Shout out YoungWolf.
Cheers, fam. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, so Mike hosts Studio One. Previously interviewed Tremayne, edited interview for that one. So we'll go to the next question. So, what is the journey so far for Stay Out Late? It used to be called Waffle Beats.
Damn, this guy digging, bro.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, Scotty's thrown off.
I was
Yo,
around
he
for
got
that.
everybody off guard, bro.
Man's
Yeah,
on his-
'cause
man's
that
on
was-
his Nardwuar
That's like
shit
that's
still.
like on
I rate it.
Nardwuar. That's on
That's a
Nardwuar level
Nardwuar
shit.
sound.
That's level, so.
That's Nardwuar level shit. But yeah, so Waffles and Beats was pretty much like the makings of us being a collective or a group for the first time, and namely me and Tremayne, I would say, because that turned into the first wave of Stay Out Late before Mikey and Charlie got into the fold. But yeah, we Waffles and Beats, we used to be real cool. Big shout out to Dusty Loops. He's a amazing producer, but even more amazing
Dusty.
photographer.
Creative director,
Creative in general.
He's just a full creative force.
Yeah, so he had a website called Waffles and Beats, and what's cool about him, again, he's a Renaissance man, so he used to do like graffiti and like make stencils and all sorts of different visual art related stuff. So Waffles and Beats is kind of a concept that was his baby. But when we met and we started getting more into music, we had a couple of releases under Waffles and Beats, and we put it on wafflesandbeats.com, and Trey was a part of that. So that was like the beginning of us doing music under any sort of name or collective at all before Stay Out Late. So that's why it's crazy that you heard Waffles and Beats, or you know about Waffles and Beats. Our first 100,000 view plus video was a Waffles and Beats video. So you know,
we also thought we did a quality job of erasing all that from the earth. But
we thought.
We thought wrong.
Yo, exclusive
Yeah, shout
are
out to
dropping
Dusty
right
and
now.
and
That's
Happy
lit.
and the gang.
Yo, exclusive are dropping for real because I did not know about the little gospel choir Red
Yeah,
Wolves
bro. Yeah,
situation.
bro.
Somebody get that man another drink, bro. Get him
Oh,
loose.
damn, bro.
Let us get these secrets out.
Low.
In the essentially the press release, you mentioned Rough Riders, Rockefeller, G Unit, Good Music, and Dreamville as your influences for Stay Out Late. And you guys also made a Wu-Tang tribute with Seventh Chamber remix. Who is your favorite collective right now, and why?
Damn. Damn.
Active right now.
I'm gonna take one here. I'm gonna say Flatbush Zombies because
True.
they've been doing some next level shit.
Yo,
But
Yo,
like,
my first Flatbush Zombie show, me and a couple of the men that went there. We just have 40s on us, and we just pumped those before we went into the show.
Oh,
and we
man.
got into the show. I think it was at Phoenix.
Yep.
Phoenix is
Yep.
Mr. Phoenix.
Yo, bro, beer
Yeah.
40s before we went in, and then just got to the bar, started doing beer Henny shots.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the best nights ever. So shout out to
Yeah.
Flatbush Zombies.
Especially during
Yeah,
a Flatbush, because
Flatbush
that's
Zombies
gonna
is
be a
fire, yeah.
mosh pit. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
bro.
just like
that's
it was
the
weird
high energy.
fuckery.
Yeah.
For real.
Do they have to be current like right now, or just
Nah,
like in general?
Nah.
For me, it's still Young Money when I think of it.
Bet.
Mm.
I would say ASAP Mob, bro. Even though like
Yeah.
right now it's not as crazy, but like yo, when they hopped on the scene, bro, it was nuts. Like everything ASAP world, like you know what I mean? Like
For real.
and like the way like they're kind of set up, I feel like Stay Out Late structure is kind of similar. You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
because they have a lot of different moving parts. Like no man is the same.
right.
You know what I mean? Which is where I think like we kind of mirror in that sense.
Yeah. I think it's also dope for the fact that like with them doing like Yams Day and being the moment, like just seeing, I think the dope thing about them is seeing, which is kind of similar to Wu-Tang, but seeing the way that they kind of like built up. And at one point, same way you were saying, it was like ASAP Mob, but then they kind of all broke apart and became like their own big things, like Ferg doing collaborations with Tiffany and Rocky, like just basically being like one of the big time fashion like icons of like
bro.
You know what I mean? Like there's just like so much depth there. And then you got like all the other mans who like what's his name, who started V-Lone. Beer man's like this. Man's starting clothing lines, man's offshooting. And then they also have like the youngins that are coming in now that like if you go on YouTube and you kind of like type in like ASAP whatever, like there's mad youngins that they got that are like I guess like taking over the next wave, which is super sick as well.
For me, I would say I don't know how much time we got left, but TDE in the era of
forgot about TDE,
like Kendrick, like Absol, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, ridiculous, man. Because
those mans can do no wrong.
Absolutely,
come on. Those guys can do no wrong. Holy, for real.
And also to Charlie's point, like they all have very different styles from each other. So like, and each one of those members, I was a fan of individually before. Thing anyway. So it was that shit is just like,
that's relatable to us. No doubt.
Yeah, I think by far they're the best. Like TDE as a label is like the best curated like label that I can say for a long time, because like there's no miss. Like even they adding Sir to the roster, adding Isaiah Rashad to the roster, like. Just their catalog is just
hold on. What
Madness,
about quality control, bro?
I don't dig quality control like that.
Nah?
I'm not. I just feel like they.
But
like, there's
just
so much inconsistency.
If you're talking about if you're talking about not missing, who have they like put out that's missed?
I don't think
everyone has had like a strong run.
A strong
everything
run,
they do like.
I think that's more business and brand and less music. Cause like even Migos, like I'm not listening. I don't think I've ever listened to a full Migos album in my life.
You're sleeping. Man.
Yeah.
You're sleeping.
Or-
You're
or-
sleeping. You're sleeping.
Yeah,
Honestly, you're
no,
sleeping.
I'm not sleeping
Honestly, you're sleeping.
because I've
You're sleeping.
tried. I've tried. I have tried.
You haven't tried hard enough.
It's just not a thing.
Yo,
Not
tried
a
hard
thing.
I'm with Trey on that one, man. Some of the joints knock, but some of the joints don't really knock for me, man. It's just like I gotta be in a certain mood to put on Migos.
Yeah, but that's music in general. You
No,
gotta
but
be in
there is
nah.
collectives where it doesn't matter if I hear it in any
That's what I'm
scenario.
saying.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
But in
with
certain
TDE,
scenarios, I'm not gonna feel like hearing Migos.
with TDE, I feel like it'd be hard fought for you to like whatever mood you're in, play something, and you'd be like, man, turn that shit off.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in a basement jam,
Mm.
it's 1:30. You want to hear quality control or you want to hear TDE?
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
All right, then.
question.
I'm saying,
But that's
like
what I'm
you
saying.
said,
It has
there's
to
a
be.
certain mood, there's a certain time, but like those mans fit. Yo, quality control in a basement jam or like a scenario where you're really trying to catch a hype, like you got like 10 catties in a room. You understand what I'm saying? Like you playing TDE or you got quality control running.
I don't know because like when you do like a SZA hit different, or when you do like a Kendrick Lamar "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe," or when you do like a fucking
Like, I'm talking about catties, fam. I'm not talking about like.
Yo, I'm
telling you, they're going up the same way, bro.
I'm talking about the
going,
thotties, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
See, I'm a nerd. I
they're
never have
twerking
a
through
lineup
that.
of
How you
Yatzy,
mean?
so I
All
never
right,
have
Scotty. All right, Scotty.
I never have
All
the
right,
opportunity
I'm laughing.
to enjoy that feeling.
Scotty on that.
Yo. Nah, YoungWolf the savage out the
bro.
whole group. Stop
I
this.
mean-
YoungWolf, why you
What do you
playing?
mean? You gotta keep that low key.
What do you put on a J-Rock King's Dead and see if a shorty doesn't twerk till she blows her own mind.
All right,
Like-
all right.
Yeah, me with that bullshit.
So I asked this to Toronto artists. For a long time, the Toronto music scene is seen as crabs in a bucket. Even though there's a lot of talent and diversity, and we have icons like Drake, Weeknd, Daniel Caesar, Toronto is still not where artists mature and explode like Atlanta. Why do you think that is?
I'm gonna say the crabs in a barrel of crabs in a bucket mentality is true. But it was true more so maybe 5 years ago than it is now, because I always think it's when it's like a new burgeoning industry for a city, everybody wants to be first, right? So like that's where I feel like the crabs in a bucket mentality happened. But now we're at a point where it's like, okay, well, there's no more firsts anymore. Drake already rinsed it, Weeknd already rinsed it, Tory already rinsed it. We're where we are. So like it's kind of like I feel like people are opening their eyes a little bit more to see what's around them, and we're starting to build that mentality where we're building with each other, right? Yeah, that's how I feel. But it definitely was a crabs in a bucket mentality before.
I would say it's still more so crab in a bucket still. I think we're getting to a place, over time. Honestly, I think we'll get out of it in like 10 years. I still think we got like a decade work to do.
Yeah,
honestly and truly. So
I think
compared to Atlanta,
because even still now, as sad as it is to say, fam, you still gotta go figure it out in the States before you could pop over here.
For sure. But I think
what
that's
saying?
what I was gonna say in terms of like I'll be straight. I just feel like we need more drug dealers to not be rappers and be investors.
That's where we're taking it.
Yeah,
and once that, because like if we look
you're
at
100% right, Trey.
If we look at the way that
you hit it.
If we look at the way that the States came up, a lot of those labels and artists, and they're all backed by I'm gonna say less, but like you know what I mean. Like we just need more people to invest who have the money to invest in the artist being able to be the artist. Because like
we need more entrepreneurs looking into backing artists.
For real. For real. Couldn't agree more with all that.
Yeah, Trey was like, nah, nigga, straight up, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, stop the cap. Like, you know what it is.
You're right, bro. You're right. You're right.
It is what it is, because it's just like I don't know, man. When I see all of it, that's the only, like, I spent the last like little while just like really trying to figure out and identify, like, yo, what the fuck is going on when like there's so much talent in Canada that like shit's not popping like that. And like everybody's quick to like blame the labels, but like I feel like the labels are doing everything that they can outside of signing every single act in Canada. You know what I mean?
Dead,
like they're stretched, and their budgets aren't that popping again because like they need more investors.
The drug dealers need to step up, bro.
But the key thing was they need to stop rapping. That's key.
Nah, they don't need to stop rapping, but they just need to like understand like how far
do the business
go. How far it is they can go and then put the other man on their shoulders.
Yeah, you know,
if you look at a nigga like Lil Bibby, bro, that man said, even though I'm so cheesed that you stop rapping because that's my favorite Chicago rapper. But that nigga was like, hold on. I can get to the bread way faster if I start being the fucking CEO of this shit still. So this nigga went out, found Juice WRLD. This nigga's behind fucking the Kid Leroy or whatever the fuck, the next white you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, so once certain, you know what I mean, mandem of that ilk start stepping into those positions, for sure.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it's true. It's funny. One of my niggas told me years ago, he's like, yo, bro, you're either gonna get signed or you're gonna find a nigga that has that type of bread to put behind you. Put it behind you still. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So like
and that's the thing about the States, right? Like the States is just like even when we go over there, it's like if it's not
this interview gonna be legendary. Holy, no man's giving it up like that. No man's are giving it up like this.
It's true story, bro. It's true. But I'm saying even when we go over to the States, it's either it's gonna be a label or it's gonna be a motherfucker from know whatever Ray Tay who's like, yo, like what do you think fucking QC, TDE, all these places started, all these labels started from the ill knots, you know?
Facts.
So who is your dream collaboration right now? Essentially anybody alive. Who is your dream collaboration?
Damn. Can I say the collaborations that passed first?
Sure.
Cause yo, Nipsey, I wanted a verse from that nigga. Like honestly, the top two things I wanted as an artist. I wanted a Nipsey verse and I wanted a DMX prayer. You understand what I'm saying? And now I can't get both of those things. So those are the ones that I can't ever get.
That shit.
Still alive. I need a Pusha verse. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not a drug dealer, but like if he could just like do that cocaine poetry on one of my records.
Cocaine poetry.
So I'm saying, you get that cocaine poetry off of one of my records, that'd be great. Still, you know what I mean? But that's for sure. Like my like, and you know, everybody always say, yeah, you know, you want your J verse, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's like
I don't even know if that's attainable right now.
Yeah, that's the standard. You like everybody got
you want your J verse stuff.
Yeah, like that.
You know what? As a West End man, I need a Jellystone verse still. Big facts. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, you might can get that.
Money can't buy you happiness. You understand what I'm saying? Yo. Get me a Jellystone verse, I'll be blessed. So I seen that man one time after a big ticket show. Still, I can't even cap. I geeked out. Still, I'm like, yo, dog, yo, fabulous. How West? You already know Toba Cole, blah,
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's it for me. Still.
Hey, yo, we should actually like. I'm gonna say this on Studio One. I'm gonna make that Jellystone shit happen for us real soon.
Hey,
We should make that happen. We should make that happen. That's not at all out of our reach, and it would be fire as fuck.
All right, that's all because Jellystone a real nigga still, and that's like I said, man, yo, you're a West End man from our era, bro. You fuck with Jellystone still.
Exactly.
Yeah, we.
You guys are gonna have to tell me about that.
The hood is here.
Say no more. Say no more.
Yo, I was working in Foot Locker. That record is ringing off.
Killing me. Oh man.
For most of you, performing shows is a huge staple of your craft and brand. What is the most important way to get people to show up to events? You mentioned in our past interview, just like feed them. But like, what else is?
The beef patties.
Yo, I think for us, the success is focusing on the experience. And yeah, feed them is definitely a big part of a good experience. People always want to eat, but I think in Toronto, what a lot of promoters or people or event curators have fallen into a habit of is trying to focus too much on making money out of the event at the cost of a good experience. You got to make money out of the event no matter what, but not at the cost of the experience. So
facts.
And I think we tend to focus on the experience first. So food again is one of those things. Your first thought would be like, well, these dudes don't pay my bills. Why am I gonna buy food for these random people? You know what I mean? But then when you go and do something like that, it really connects. You know.
First and foremost, I guess this falls under the experience, yo. But like, put on a show that like people want to fucking see. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's on the bill? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your fan base, but like, all right, cool. Who would your fan base enjoy? So say we're the last on the bill, right? Say Stay Out Late's the last on the bill. If we got 2-3 other mans on the show, who do we know is gonna entertain our fan base? Like as one a consumer, but also an artist that has been on other showcases and this, that, and the third. The worst thing ever is to bring your people out and then have them have to sit in front of like shitty artists. You understand what I'm saying? Like honestly and truly, like I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be on my showcase if you're not fire still, because I'm bringing my people to come and see me, but obviously they're gonna have that, especially if we top bill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the last on the show. Like, I don't want them to have to sit through trash. Yeah, you know what I mean. But there's always artists like before or whatever, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Make sure the whole thing is quality. I think, and again, so I guess that goes back to Scotty's point about. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because you could do a show and charge artists like $100 a pop, whoever they are. We never heard your music before, but if you pay that $100, you can get on the show. And then when the show happens, it's like, you know, the audience just has to suffer through terrible performers, or we could do it strictly based on who's ill. You know,
I'm a one thing. I gotta go back to the other question because it's on my mind and I need to be able to pop off my answer. So I'm gonna do that first. So first off, I'm gonna pop off my answer. So in terms of the people who I want to collaborate, who had dream collaborations, and it's funny because I'm gonna say this, and it's the first time that I'm ever gonna like put this out there, but it's for a specific reason. There's two, and then I'll give you like the big one that everybody, oh, what the fuck. So the one is Coil Ray.
Oh, whoa, what?
No way.
Didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
Didn't see that one coming. Did not see that coming.
Because I just feel like she's just like
how you gonna shit on QC and want a feature from Coil Ray?
Bro, Coil Ray is like, I feel like she is 100% gonna be like a problem. She's just like on it 100%, right now, like
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like she just has it right now. The other one, So there's two more. The next one is Skepta, because like I'm a insane Skepta
Ooh, that's
fan. Like
fire.
that guy just like is a mod thing, and his
That's cool.
production and just his ability to like pivot, like the fact that he produced came I saw the ASAP joint, and his production, low-key production ability is just kind of like super underrated. But I feel like
That
he's
was
like
a Skepta beat.
a hit. Yeah.
I didn't even know he
Wow.
did production. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
He's a hit machine when it comes to his production. And then the final one is Drake. But only if I can get Drake in the next like 3-ish years. Because I just feel like there's something in Drake doing collaborations with other Canadian rappers and doing a collaboration with somebody that can body him on a track. And he needs to.
Does Drake do collaborations with Canadian rappers or
That's what
singers?
I'm saying, though, because he'll do the collaboration as long as he knows it's an instant body. Because he can't have anybody like, you know what I mean? I just feel like
No. But hear what I'm saying. Does he do collaborations with rappers, Canadian rappers, or singers?
He does it with rappers, bro. He does it with. He has.
What rapper has he collaborated with?
With the hood rapper, man.
What rapper has he collaborated?
He has one. He has one with Smiley. I lie.
No.
Yeah. He has a
one.
It's not out. Smiley. It's one leaked, but it's not out.
Right. Fair enough.
You might be right. Does he have one with anybody else?
It's Beer Singer Youth still. Like you could
right.
argue the what's that Saga Youth's name, dog? The dude that does beer goofy things though.
Oh, fucking Pineapple Peaches or whatever his name.
Yeah.
Ram Riddles.
Ram Riddles. You could argue him as a rapper, but like
that's a reach. That's a reach.
But that's the closest. That's the closest.
Yeah. Otherwise it's a mention, because I was gonna say top 5, but top 5 was a mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
there you go.
There
you go. Even that.
Toronto niggas.
Like, why, Drake? Why are you scared to rap with Toronto mans, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's scared, but I do think it is strategic.
We don't have enough money to rap fucking with him.
It's 100% strategic.
Why the singers got enough money now?
Because they're not in competition. They're not in his lane.
It's true.
Because the minute Drake features a Toronto rapper, he's basically saying, I stamped this dude as somebody who's on my level.
And just so the man know, off the strength of this interview, no man here is getting a Drake feature.
Yo, Mike.
We in a city full of petty niggas still. So like,
Mike, we just need you to block. When you post,
no man's getting a Drake feature here. Still.
Block champagne coffee from your story, so he doesn't see this shit. Well, everyone else is good.
But on a real tip, the only counter to that is if we get big enough that he just has to suffice to it. Like it's just like I look like an idiot not doing this, and that's my.
I haven't seen a Drake Tory record, and this is before Tory shot Megan. I'm saying,
but we were
allegedly.
Allegedly until it comes out. But but my thing is, we all know we were absolutely close to getting that. Like
allegedly.
We all felt like we were getting that tomorrow. And then,
No, for sure. I hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
because after they pieced it up, that was literally like the next. That's why every man was like, "Yo, when are they gonna get the record off?" You know.
Also, man just got to keep their guards up just in case he was the one that puppeted the situation, in the background, and be like, "I'm not getting no Tory Lanez."
Yo, what? Yo.
That's crazy.
Yo, this interview, look, bro. Trey, what are you left on, dog?
Whatever you had today, bro. That shit.
You want the conspiracies, nigga?
Yo, you're on some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
All right. Next question.
Stay on that microdose.
Stay out late, nigga.
That's that microdose.
Oh man.
So how are you guys coping during the pandemic? It sounds like you guys are like staying safe and staying apart since you guys aren't together?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
As much as we possibly can, like we will
Yeah.
do
I haven't
the
seen
occasional-
Scotty in like 2 years. Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
None of you niggas like 2 years, bro. That's wild, bro. Holy, like
What's wrong with
obeying
you,
the
Reds,
rules
bro?
and laws, bro. Crazy, dog.
Stop
Damn.
this nonsense.
So obviously by virtue of being stay out late, we kind of go against, stat quo in a lot of scenarios, So
Protocol.
to keep it on brand, we don't try to be as vocal about how much we actually are taking precautions. So it may appear to a viewer or somebody who sees content we put out like we just are wild and we're together all the time without masks. But just know like that's more of a thing to keep us on brand. But in all honesty though, like we spent the last 2 years like being really separate, but essential workers can go to work, and this music that we make, the entertainment that we make for the people that are our fans, it's essential for them. So it means just as much for us to go to a studio and finish a project as it does for the person who goes in and bags groceries for everybody else. So when we have to be together, we get together and we have our bubble. We don't really invite anyone else into it.
Yeah. The bubble's strong.
We do what we got to do, but we still will have that conversation before whatever it is that we do and be like, okay, cool. It's just going to be us. All right, bet it was just us last time. Let's get work done and let's not let what's going on in the world stop the grind.
Stop us from doing that.
I think that's something that's like
Agreed.
super important is the perspective of like what the bubble means to us. Cause like, it's not like we're no different than anybody else in terms of like, I have, a mom, dad, brothers, and like, I want to perspective wise, I want to be able to see those people and I haven't because I feel like for my career, it's more important for me to see these men. So these men are my bubble. These and this is my like as close to blood as you can get with these men. So it's
Trey.
come
on.
Like
You nigga blush? Guys, get out of here,
I
bro.
think the importance of it also shines a huge importance of like this project and how much it meant because like we all had to sit down and make that same decision where we were like, all right, for the sake of what we're creating and what we're doing, like these are the people that are going to be who we're around until shit comes back to normal. You know what I mean? So yeah, but even with all that being said, we're still like hyper cautious. You know what I mean? We get tests as much as we can to make sure that we're Gucci and like, we're considerate in terms of like, I'm not gonna run around and random if I feel any way ill or whatnot.
Facts.
Yeah. So 100% we that's the vibes.
We take it serious.
Sure. So what's more important to you, living in the present or working towards the future?
Future. Always.
That's the answer right there.
Always.
Yeah.
Never settle.
It's Christmas every day for me still. It's a present thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's what's great. That's what's great about the squad because you have man like Trey that's like, yo, futuristic vibes. You know what I mean? And like he'll be like, yo, for every man to get to where every man needs to be, this is the route we gotta go. And I'll show up to the interviews slightly drunk. You know what I mean? Like
and a little late. Me too, though. Me too.
It's a balance, though. You know,
it's a balance. You're right. That's my perspective as well. It's just kind of like there definitely is a time for you to kind of like live and embrace the present to be able to get everything that you can out of it, and then taking that to bring you into the future as best as possible is kind of like a huge thing, you know what I mean? Because like if you're always future, then you're missing out on some big moments that kind of like will always have you chasing the future if you don't know what the present had, you know?
Yeah. What's that?
And people always want to know you know, people talk about, oh, those were the golden years and blase blase, but they never realized that they were in the golden years when they were in it. You know what I mean? So it's important to you know, like I said, balance. Try to live in the moments that you're in at that time and really appreciate it and soak it in.
That's it.
Bomb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's it? So in your press release, you mentioned the big theme for the work you're doing right now is loss. So you mentioned losing loved ones, ending relationships. So how do you guys cope with loss?
Damn.
That's a tough one.
It's kind of heavy, yeah.
I see the man's face.
That is a tough
like,
one.
Whoa.
How do we cope with loss? Or
Music helps.
Yeah.
For sure. Music helps for sure. I know for me personally, music helps. These guys help me with not thinking, like using that kind of memory energy to like make something positive out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the ultimate loss, like life, or like what losses are we talking about? Yeah.
The way I'm
think it's
getting
just-
it's like family member kind of thing.
Yeah, loss in general though, for sure.
Loss of
You know what I mean?
losing something in your
Like
life.
obviously the
near and dear
magnitude
to
of
you.
losing your keys is different from losing
Losing,
a loved one. You know what I mean? But
You know what I mean?
yeah. I think to me, I'll be honest. I don't think I've completely figured it out. And if
I'm
have,
still learning.
If I have, it's in like a very fucking toxic way in terms of just like I kind of like put it into I compartment it, I put it to a side, and I kind of just like fucking I don't know, I'll figure it out at some point in a song, whether it's like mentioning it in a song, but like I feel like I stay dealing with it on a daily basis. You know what I mean? It flares up. I got to take time away to kind of just like find my peace again and keep moving. But it's definitely like I guess like I'll give a quick story, but like one of the biggest influences for me was like my older cousin who passed away when I was like probably 13 and he was like 16 or 17. And like that was the dude who kind of really introduced me and motivated me and gave me an understanding of like music and recording. And that to this day is like one of the most important things as to like why I want to make it as far as I can in the industry, because that guy was like destined to make it in the industry. Like he was where he was when he passed away at such a young age was just like insane. And like I looked up to him so much, and I feel like we both would have been fucking super huge had he still been alive. But like, if it's just on me, then fuck it. You know what I mean?
You do what you do.
Exactly.
That's it.
Sure.
So, man's choked up in here with those questions.
Full cycle emotions. That's what I'm trying to get. Yeah. So Lavish is awesome. Thank you for sharing the video with me.
Appreciate it.
About the music and the music video. I see the bike there. Yeah, in the back.
Oh yeah.
You live in a music video.
Hey.
Like
Trey's whole life daily is a music video. Fact. It's a photography. It's a music. Yo, bro. Like,
we work with what we got, and it's Trey's new place.
That's yo. Mike's ability to just like see while pop, like yo, I didn't realize how good of an interviewer this guy was gonna be.
And you're gonna ask him, like, how much experience you got?
I feel like in the beginning it was just music. I didn't write the chorus, and you guys were in Kawarthas when it came together. But when it came to
Scotty White. I was waiting for it.
a whole story that we'll actually get into probably at some point about the creation of the project, because I'm sure we're gonna get to that. But but yeah, these guys were in the Kawarthas when the song came together. But when they sent it to me at the stage it was at, and we had a title for it called Lavish already, I think what we all agreed on is that a definition for lavish that we wanted to come across in the song and in the video is in real life, like no, without capping, what do we find in our own lives that we find to be lavish? What's the lavishness in
The
each
mentality.
Facts.
Facts.
talk about those things in the song, and then it was only right when doing the video, which we did with Revive Films, to try
Shout
to
out Revive.
Gotta revive.
so it's kind of crazy actually that you, as in asking the question, you see the bike that was in the video on the wall in Trey's house. You know what I mean? Because we had the video in that way to showcase the lavishness in our own lives, you know? So that's how the song and the video came about in my eyes. It's just all of us showcasing what's lavish in our own lives. And that's not your typical, you know, thing you would see in a rap video. You know, we're not on yachts dressed in all white.
Yeah.
Super played out. We're just showing you what we feel like is special.
Also, a lot of Douce, Grey Goose. I think there was some champagne involved when that song was being created.
Lifestyle.
Some real nigga shit.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing the shirt that I was wearing in my part of the lab.
So you guys are working on a new album, right? So how's that going? And what are the themes of the album?
How do you guys feel about like how much we should, like where we're at, how much we should spill?
Yo,
Like, we have.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty much there.
Yeah.
Your oil tanker.
It's been a while.
Oil tanker.
So
Yeah, Mike earned it. Mike earned it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's been a journey for sure. But like from where it started, oh man, to where it's come to be, I've been blown away. Like, yo, shout out to Zepfire, all the boys at the studio there that have like pitched in on working on this, because it's turned into something that I didn't even really think I was even capable of making in the beginning. It took that type of moment for all of us to just go out somewhere, get away during, especially it was like the start of all this pandemic stuff, whatever. And it just like, it was just raw energy. It's hard to explain. Coming from an electronic music producer, I go off of energy. These guys gave me that hip hop energy. I wanted to make something classic. I wanted to make something that just anybody, anytime could rock to. And I think we honestly did just that.
Yeah. I think that was the big thing though, is like,
there's no boundaries.
You know what I mean? Like
going with an open mind. Like
it's beautiful in terms of like every moment that I can remember of this coming together. Like even when it goes back to like the first single, What's Up, and how that came to be, it was like a bunch of mans who have never created together, coming together and like no questions. All right, let's go into the studio and make it happen. Yeah. And we went and we just like made it happen. And then like, it was like, you step out of it. It's like the world is ending and you're calling for superheroes to kind of like save the world. And like, we just like assumed our roles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we were like, let's get it. Yeah, I mean, you stepped up and you kind of get it popping. Yeah. And then at the end of it, you kind of just like look back like, oh, damn, we did that. You know what I mean?
And the time frame that we did it in, I'm sorry, we have been like still doing our own music and still pushing this album like no tomorrow. Like it's just
individually we all have like bare records in the top.
Oh,
and then we're still able to
right
get together and knock everything out. Like it was a blessed situation. Still can't even lie.
For sure.
I think to wrap that into a word, we tried to do it and we had a conversation about it just because of how organically everything came together and how not meticulously planned out from the beginning it was just very one thing led to another, right? So we kind of just looked at it after we finished it and tried to decide what does this feel like, right? And exactly. I think the word that represented that whole experience of us being together and what the music sounded like and how rare that was Fabergé, because the Fabergé egg is something that's very simple, that's dressed up and is very unique and is very desirable to a lot of people. We don't really know or understand why, but once it comes together, you stand back and you look at it like, wow.
Hey.
Why does Scotty explain it the best?
Yo, this nigga just put it.
You want to talk?
And if you didn't know,
that's it right
so
there.
That was the official drop of the name of the album, which is Fabergé.
That was called Fabergé Store.
Yeah. So, little Studio One exclusive.
You already know.
Here's that.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, super excited for new album. This is a classic. I feel like I'm part of the family now.
Yo, you already know, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yo, the
We
man
gotta
done
get
bared
you-
their souls, dog. Yo.
Yeah. We got to get you a Stay Out Late tee for sure. But we were talking earlier. We were talking earlier, and you're like, you got to work on the interview swag. We're gonna get you a Stay Out Late tee so you look,
For real.
you look
Next interview.
wavy,
Suited
dripped
up.
up for the, you know.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, hopefully everybody gets out of this pandemic alive and well, and yeah,
For
I'll see
real.
you guys in person. Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna
For
figure
sure.
it
Hey,
out.
appreciate you, Mike, for spending the time. Appreciate you taking over for Jibril and keeping this alive, because like I feel like I said it a little bit when we were discussing putting this together, but like that's another big thing that's missing from the Canadian music industry is just like platforms like this for people to have like exclusive legendary interviews like this one where like people can get to know them and really build that allure. You know what I mean? Like you are our Kerwin Frost. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. We need you, Mike.
That's it.
Man. Nah, this one's gonna be legendary. Big
This was
facts,
great.
bro.
This was great. A lot of fun.
Oh,
Must be not edited
That's
at all. Just like sit on it for a year.
NFT.
It's gonna cut off any second. Yeah, it's gonna cut off any second.
All right, say no more.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bless
man.
up, man.
Yeah,
You
we'll
already
build.
know.
Done
More
here.
Catch you
life.
later.
Have a
Easy.
good night, y'all. Easy.
Studio One.